We're going to turn this into that. We've got sarsaparilla, finally. So we've got that flavour in, a little bit amber in colour. So the first time I've made sarsaparilla, also known as root beer in America, but really well known as sarsaparilla in Australia. Choc brown and white. So this is a winner of our flavour choice by you, the viewer, or the follower. This is just a little pinstripe of white that we're going to stretch. It really is a unique flavour. So this reminds me of being a kid and drinking sarsaparilla cans. It was like creamy soda, sarsaparilla, Dr. Pepper. It's kind of very Dr. Peppery, always thought. And we're also going to make it a little bit fizzy and a little bit tarty. We're going to run this through a pillow machine. But once it gets to that sort of tacky stage when you can dab your finger into it and it doesn't stick, and that's pretty good to go, then you'll get this nice tarty, fizzy centre, kind of trying to replicate like a fizzy drink. There goes the bicarb. That's mixing in nicely. All right, let's roll on to the next section of white here. So you can get that stretched really well. So I've put my stretching gloves on for this one. That's a really nice chocolate brown. That's pretty. Right on. Okay, so 3 colours: dark chalk brown, sour chalk brown, and the white stripe. So let's put the centre aside. So I'm gonna put the outside wrap together. I think this is the first video that I've done an outside wrap design. Really simple. I think we're gonna go with eight stripes. So just cool that down a bit off camera, just to get it a bit firm so it holds its rectangle shape. Basically, we're going to create two stripes. So 1 stripe of white, 1 stripe of dark brown, and I don't need that. Basically what we're doing now is we're just going to stretch it out, cut that in half, and then we're just doing that and we're multiplying it by 4. So we've got 2 stripes, times 4 is 8. And it's just at that temperature where I can really handle it and move it without it really becoming too runny or too flowy. So it's a really nice temperature when you can sort of run your hands under it and chop it with the scissors like that. We're just trying to keep those stripes nice and clean from end to end. Once you start getting your stripes losing the buff or the butt end, and you end up with just offcuts, and you end up with stripes that don't meet, and then it just doesn't look clean. So we're going to go 4, and then this will basically be the coat or the wrap that goes around the slightly tarty, fizzy centre. Anyway, back to candy. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's our jacket. So what I do is flip it. And when I flip it, I'm just doing it quite quickly so you're not losing the shape that you've just worked for the last 10 or so minutes. And just that little damp sponge. And then theoretically, that should wrap around that nice and even. And that's looking really nice. Our big sarsaparilla lolly. We're going to turn this into that. All right, let's run it through the machine. Okay, so there's the complete sarsaparilla, and then we're going to coat that with a little bit of icing sugar. And then we'll have a taste test. Mix those through, crunch the doubles. Okay, so these will go online as of now. So once this goes up on our socials, we'll have that uploaded onto our site. Okay, so let's have a taste test, see how they go. Sarsaparilla. It's a really interesting flavour. It doesn't hit you as sarsaparilla straight up. Almost like a little bit creamy at the start. Erica said it almost Ovaltine, and then you get the tart, little slight fizz, and then you get that sarsaparilla note, which isn't too overbearing. It's not too strong. I was hoping for a bit of a stronger kick, and then once you get through that outer wrap, then you get into the fizzy, tarty centre, which really pops the sarsaparilla actually. I'm pretty happy with that. We finally got there, so sarsaparilla, there it is, limited edition. Once this runs out, we are done. So get on board, sarsaparilla.